Monoconscious ignorance on the part of feminists will cause masculists to be all the angrier at them, which will make these feminazis in turn more hostile towards the masculists and MGTOWs. One can expect the number of confrontations to increase until there are more masculists around for the tipping point in the gender ecology to be reached, when women wake up in their millions that if they don't adapt to the new masculist consciousness, then they're not going to get a man, they're not going to get any sex, and especially they're not going to have a baby. Since the smarter men, that is, those men with high IQs, are the first to go masculist, the smart women who aim to reproduce with these quality men will be the first to be hit by the masculist pressure on them. The gender battle will be fought by the smartest men and women. Once that dust settles, the lower classes will follow, which is always the case. The social revolutions are usually begun by a handful of thinkers, sages, intellectuals. Then the journalists take up the new ideas and spread them to the public. Then the trendy upper middle class types pick up the ideas in the magazines and the media, who in turn influence the more mindless masses, the peakers, who finally influence by example the lower half of the population. So the gender war will take place amongst the smartest strata of men and women over the next few years, as masculist sages lash out, as I do, at the monoconscious ignorance and sadism of the feminazis, punishing them for failing to adapt to masculist expectations on women, and causing them real pain as they are rejected as women, as human beings, by angry masculist warriors who are out to create the tipping point in the gender ecology, so that there is such a high proportion of men who are masculist in their thinking and attitudes that women are forced to adapt to it. Those millions of Western women who fail to adapt will suffer greatly. They will be rejected by men. They will be manless, loveless, sexless, babyless, and increasingly spat at by a culture that becomes ever more sympathetic to masculist ideas as the media goes mainstream with them. As the saying goes, that you may have heard, quote, "There is nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come," end quote. This flyer asserts that the time of masculist ideas has come. Cheers, Prof. Dr. Hugo de GARIS. Email profhugodegaris@yahoo.com. Website profhugodegaris.wordpress.com, which contains links to some 300 plus masculist flyers. Ciao.